As we've been covering here on Pondering Politics, there has been a two-syllable word that has triggered Donald Trump lately, and the word is taco, okay? You may recall that Donald Trump lost his shit during a recent Oval Office conversation with reporters about this. Well, the outrage has spread to Fox News. Fox News hosts are triggered at the notion that Democrats are trying to mock Donald Trump with taco, and they're clutching their pearls. They're getting very outraged about this and even taking shots at their sister publication, the Wall Street Journal, blaming the Wall Street Journal. How dare the WSJ help contribute to this situation? And so to unpack this right-wing outrage that's gone from Trump to Fox News and other places, I brought on my friend and yours, the host of the 1 million plus subscriber Luke Beasley show, none other than Luke Beasley himself. Luke, how are you, buddy?
So good.
So good. All right, well, speaking of so good, let's play this clip of Fox News hosts freaking out about Trump and tacos.
And Democrats are really off kilter. They're kind of on their back feet here. They don't know what to do. So they've come up with this really cringy response, which is taco. Okay. Now, first of all, when you have to explain it, which I'm going to have to do right now, it's probably a sign it's not the best campaign for them. But anyway, this is taco, which they're trying to say. Let's get the acronym. It means,
you know what it is. Come on.
Let me
give it to. It's. I don't.
It's an obscure phrase, taco. I mean, it's like the T stands for like where is it, guys? Guys, can you please She's been. I promise you, she has been waking up in the middle of the night in cold sweats over this phrase. She knows it's playing in her head all the time. Very performative. But we'll continue.
That Trump is always chickening out. And so here is
wait a minute, Luke, can you pause it right there? I never caught that. How does she think taco is spelled? Like Trump it's taco, not it's taco, not tico.
Chickening out.
It's like Trump is a fan of chickens. I think that spells taco. All right, I'm sorry. All right, we'll continue. Go ahead.
Presenting it on Instagram and all the social media platforms. Here's Eric Swalwell explaining taco.
Hey, Congressman.
Trying to help you?
What the is up with Trump always chickening out on tariffs?
So if you're negotiating and creating deals, they're trying to present it as chickening.
And the Wall Street Journal started it, actually. The Wall Street Journal is at war with the president when it comes to tariffs.
Yeah, but it's also, respect to them, but they're also wrong when it comes to this right
Absolutely.
now. The president's getting the best deal for the American people right now. You've already starting to see it in the stock markets as well. You see the manufacturing that's being brought back. You see the people that were...
I think this is what we call manifesting. I think Lawrence Jones there is like, if I just speak it,
I can see the manufacturing jobs. I can see the economy. I can see 4% GDP growth. As someone, did you see this clip of some Republican? Marie Bartiromo was like, so how are you going to do that? And he said, it's really an attitude, 4% GDP growth.
It's kind of like, how Brat Summer was a thing. It's more like Taco Summer. It's just a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Luke, let's talk about this before we give the audience a refresher about how Trump was triggered by taco. So she's already stumbled through the acronym. Trump always chickens out. That's reference to, this notion that Trump will threaten a tariff and then publicly negotiate with himself. There's an episode of 30 Rock where Alec Baldwin's character literally gets up and switches spots in a negotiation he's having with himself. And Trump is basically doing that with no tangible concession. Why are these MAGA Fox News hosts freaking out? And is Lawrence Jones right at all that the Wall Street Journal is wrong and this is working out for Trump?
You know what's funny is they love that Trump is able to get under the left's skin. So we're going to talk about on my channel today, in a collaboration there, the insane post that he sent out about Biden being a robot. And the response from some of the Fox hosts was, oh, he's so genius. He's able to, do you see what he does? He's able to troll in this fascinating way that none of us could think of, which is posting a deranged theory. And then people go, hey, that's weird that he posted that.
But really what he's trying to do is further the discourse. Right. Meanwhile, they can't handle it. It doesn't seem like they can handle it, Luke, when the shoe is on the other foot and Trump is being trolled.
Exactly. So then when Trump, and it's not even really, it's become trolling from Democrats, but they tried to pin it on, oh, this is some campaign of, political maneuvering from Democrats. This just came up from people trading under the assumption that you can be better at trading if you do operate under the assumption that Trump's going to chicken out. That's what it was. And I want him to chicken out because a lot of his tariffs are really irrational. But the fact that he's so uncertain about what he wants to do, it actually is extremely consequential because none of even the argument that he brings forward of the positive benefits of tariffs could even happen if there's no permanency to them, and it's him just on whims. So we're getting all the negatives with none of the supposed positive, Josiah.
Yeah, it's one of those things I often describe is that Trump has an inherently disastrous policy, widespread universal tariffs, trying to lead the United States towards autarky, where we do everything internally, and we don't deal with comparative advantage, and deal with other countries. That's really stupid inherently. But then Trump takes this really stupid, really inherently bad policy, and then he makes it even worse with the slapdash, haphazard approach. But yeah, I mean, like if the alternative is these universal tariffs, remain, I'd much rather have Trump chicken out. But to your point, it's not even the Wall Street Journal, like Brian Kilmeade taking a shot at, Fox News' sister publication, the Wall Street Journal, run by conservatives. It is probably the most, consistently respected conservative publication in the world. They didn't come up with this. Now they're happy to criticize Trump, and apparently that pisses, Lawrence Jones and Brian Kilmeade off. But to your point, it was Wall Street that came up with this. And we should play this clip as a reminder of Donald Trump getting triggered about this when a reporter just simply asked for his reaction. It's not like she came up with it. Let's play the clip.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now.
Sir, are you a murderer, sir? What? Because are you saying you're accusing me of being a murderer?
Because I unlawfully ended somebody's life. That makes me, wait, what?
Is that, he just goes on to explain? Yeah,
right.
Those things. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, please,
so I'm a shoplifter just because I took this candy bar out of the store without compensating the clerk?
This is America now? So okay.
He's
right now.
So stupid.
And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. He's going to give them till July. He's going to give them to July. You know what it was? He's so triggered, he was thinking like July, but Janine Pirro is standing right behind him. And so July and Janine becomes Janine. We don't need a month after Janine Pirro.
Oh,
okay?
Gosh, please
we don't.
I love, speaking of Janine, I love her face throughout this. She's like, oh my gosh, what's that like?
Right now.
I know. I mean, like, it's tough. Like, she's like, oh, get me out of it. Because I don't know if you saw, she started to smile with the Trump always chicken out thing. And she's like, oh shit, we can't laugh at that. Never mind. I'm sorry, continue.
And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to
that
investing.
Number just keeps fucking jumping. I mean, it does. I can't get over this. Like, we have 14. It was $5 trillion last week.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of, and we're having too much fun with this. It reminded me of, do you remember when Pam Bondi was talking about the number of people that Trump supposedly saved from fentanyl, and the first figure was like, President Trump saved 20 million Americans. And then 2 days later, it was President Trump saved 75 million Americans. And then the next day it was, Mr. President, this is how many people you saved. Are you ready for this lamestream media?
Yeah.
200 million people. And it's like, where are we this week? Like they just pulled these numbers out. I'm sorry. This clip is there's so much this. We got to get to the part where he calls her nasty.
Yeah.
And Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, "You got the hottest. We have the hottest country in the world right now."
He's probably thinking of climate change.
6 months ago, this country.
Because of climate change and fires, you know, because Republicans don't believe that climate change is real. That's probably what they were talking about. I'm sorry.
Was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, you know, a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things.
How did that number get there, Luke? Every time I see this clip, it triggers me so much. Yeah. He's like, wow, that number's really stupid. How did that number happen?
He called it ridiculous. He says, "So what? If there's a ridiculously high tariff and I come in and I bring it down, then you're going to call that chicken?" No, but you were the one who said that we were saving like this many billions of dollars a day because necessarily a trade deficit means we're losing money to China.
I believe it was $40 trillion a day. Stop lowballing him.
It was
Stop lowballing him.
$50 trillion a day. But that when it was essentially effectively an embargo with that ridiculously high, as he put it. He was saying we were saving money by not trading with China, which is not how trade works, but that's how he thinks it works. And then by opening back up with trade, which he says is losing money, he is saving us from him, which we should thank him for. Does that make sense?
Right.
It makes sense.
It doesn't make sense, but it's even more than that. Like for all the reasons you laid out, but then when he's apparently perplexed. He's like, how did that number get so high? You were the one who came up with the number. It was your Truth Social. It was your tweet. I mean, it's so maddening, but we got it right there where he calls her nasty. All she did was...
Let me just one more time.
Tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got?
Man.
You know how it got up? Somebody should be like, yeah, we can read you the Truth Social that you authored. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm saying. People want to talk about cognitive decline among presidents. Like there should be more focus on what the current president's doing. But one last clip I want to kind of like close the loop on this. So we played how these MAGA Fox News hosts are triggered by the fact that Democrats are hitting Trump on this. And then you have Trump himself being triggered. Well, what about the American people? How are they reacting? Well, CNN's Harry Enton, their top data analyst, said that there was a lot of traffic with Trump and tacos after that clip went viral.
Yeah, you know, Kate, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, so I know what losing feels like. And I will tell you that the courts have halted Trump's admin agenda. A huge...
Hey, whoa, my brother just married a Bills fan? You can lay off, Harry. Don't take shots at the Bills. They did pretty good last season, I think. I don't remember.
And congratulations to your brother. We should also point out, start that clip 45 seconds in.
Oh, perfect. Look at that.
Yeah.
We never would have had to hear the Bills thing. So sad.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's. I tried to spare you that. I tried to spare the dishonor that Harry Enton levied against the Beasley family. So hopefully, as you deal with that, you can hear Harry Enton talk about Trump and tacos
of this administration.
Quite a number. On tariffs, some of the latest is this moniker that Wall Street we're learning that's being thrown around on Wall Street, which is TACO, an acronym for Trump always chickens out.
Yes.
You have numbers on that.
Yeah, okay, so...
Trump is always be chickening out is the acronym, thank you.
One of the things, you hear these things going on, you say, okay, is this actually entering the mainstream culture? And we can see this right here in Google searches. The top term that was Googled with Donald Trump on Thursday was... It was taco. It was taco. Indeed, get this. The terms Trump and taco Googled together up through the roof. Get this. 9,900% increase on Thursday versus Tuesday. So if you are wondering whether or not this Trump always chickens out and the acronym taco actually has entered the mainstream, well, Google gives it away. It 100% has.
I'm so sick of these Google trends.
Well, yeah, no. So listen, I mean, so let's
9,000. Yeah. Well, how many times was it being searched for before? Like once.
Exactly. But hey, listen,
it surged 900%.
I have often Googled Trump with various like foodstuffs, like Trump burger, Trump steak. Trump steak, obviously, that's not good. That was a terrible business by Donald Trump. But I mean, look, what it comes down to at the end is, like you said, there is a fragility in the MAGA movement. They love to troll. They love it, Luke. You know it. They can't handle it at all. And I think it's a case of where those MAGA Fox hosts protest too much. As a matter of fact, I think there might be a Streisand effect by you all publicly whining and saying it's cringy and I don't like this and it's not true and the Wall Street Journal is wrong and like Trump is like the best ever and he's like making all these like landmark deals. We can't actually point to any of them, but like I feel them. Like the real deals, like deals are the friends we made along the way, that sort of thing. My Little Pony. I mean, the whole just random rant from these people about this, I think will only make it worse and cause Democrats to double down on, this is getting under your skin. Okay, we're going to see how far we take it.
Josiah, the deals are coming.
They're nowhere in sight. I mean, he's running out of time. 90 deals in 90 days. And what we're like 50 days left in this. I mean, it's not looking good, but this is what happens when you have a political party that treats Trump more like a religious figure that they have like religious faith in, like it's a prophecy. It's nothing that we can examine evidence about. It's just that he said there will be 90 deals in 90 days and just dogmatically there must be the evidence be damned. It's really disturbing.
And we shouldn't forget too that they keep oscillating between we're looking for deals and we're not, and the tariffs are the point and the tariffs are going to bring back jobs, or the tariffs are just a tool to lower tariffs. So that part, we kind of move on from that. It drives me crazy, and we just hop back and forth. We watch a clip of Trump saying, I'm not looking to make deals because the high tariffs are how we this is the whole tariff philosophy, right? Through the tariff, we're making it more expensive for U.S. companies to import stuff so that they'll stop importing stuff and manufacture it here. Sometimes that makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. And so Trump's saying that the tariffs are how we do that. But then he keeps saying we're supposed to applaud him for whenever he reduces the tariffs, which then presumably are not serving as a disincentive for importing stuff. So then this is all. So is it even a negotiation or is it not? And Trump doesn't know, and he'll just figure out along the way, as you said, which one he chooses, and either way he'll get applauded because they don't really. It is funny seeing the conservative pundits switch back and forth. See, I told you all along, he doesn't actually want these tariffs. They're just
it's like that graph we see. It's that graph we see where it's like tariffs on, heart of the deal. Genius. Tariffs off, It really is. They become memeified. But Luke, where can people find you?
Just search Luke Beasley on YouTube. Josiah, I missed the hell out of you. So it's good to be back.
Likewise, buddy. And now we're going to collaborate for a video on your channel. So you all should definitely check that out as well. Thank you, Luke.
Awesome.